they can get into their houses, their spaces, wherever they are, and they just get this link, and they would go on a journey together. And you are starting that journey.
Yes.
So I want you to tell the people a little bit about you. This is going to be recorded, and what's your background with Tantra? How did Tantra save your life, or how did Tantra enrich your life? And just let us know a little bit back of your background.
Beautiful. So, well, first of all, my background started in acting. So my connection to the soul started through acting, and together with that, I started having my spiritual awakening, which happened in 2011. I was one person that didn't give hugs, that ate meat, and yeah, that was basically who I was after 2011. And I had this experience. I truly felt God in me, in my heart. I believe for the first time in my life, I felt love in every cell of my existence. And from that day, I understood that I needed to start working on spiritual path, or I needed to start on my spiritual path. I stopped eating meat. I started understanding what it meant to give a hug, what it meant, that opening the heart to come and hug people, and feel that warmth, feel that love, and share that wisdom is so simple. And now in these times, we can really tap into the importance of that. And for me, was the awakening in 2011. So from that space, I started going a lot in every spiritual practice that came to me. I was like, okay, I'm on it, and I went deep on it. And it was always this understanding that the connection to sexuality, and how important it is, and how important it was for me, and all the blockages that I could feel in my body that were related to that, starting from the hugs, because everything in reality is a sensory experience. Like, everything comes from this central sensory experience, and is related with sexuality. We come from that energy. So I started diving deep in Tantra. I didn't know what it was. My first teacher was Osho. It was a book that is in my heart forever. And I started understanding this way of seeing life, not Tantra as it is seen in the Western, which is, okay, yeah, when you go and have sex, you do this and that. It's really not that. It's really a way of being. It's a way of seeing life. And of course, when you start living your life in a more connected, intimate way with yourself first, and of course with others, it's going to translate to be like that in the moment of creating sexual energy. But it's not just on that. So I always like to be clear on that. But yeah, that's part of it, and how it started. And yeah, is for sure a way of seeing life, and a way of being, and a way of connecting to people that for me was very, very powerful. Like, I would do many types of yoga. I would go to many religions and connect to the Krishnas and dance, and I enjoy all of them. I still do. It's one world, one heart. Every type of celebration to God is something that I love, and that I praise, and that I'll be there in devotion. Yet with Tantra was this understanding, like, oh my God, like, I am this person. I live my life in celebration. I live my life in gratefulness. Even in the darkest, like, for tantrikas and tantric men, the way we see life is the way of celebrating everything, even the darkest of the darkest, even death. Like, we truly life, and the to be sucked in, and enjoyed, and praised, and be in devotion to whatever is coming up, because everything is life itself. So yeah.
Beautiful.
For the people that are joining right now, we are on this video with Nia. Nia is part of our festival that we're taking online on April 26th from 8 in the morning until 8 at night with 12 classes. And Nia is starting our event. She's opening the event with a Tantra class. So that's why she's giving a little bit of information about the class that you guys will receive and you will experience on next Sunday.
So Nia, Tantra.
Yeah.
Many people know that what Tantra is. Other people don't know what Tantra is. I want to ask you something. Can you give like a brief description for everyone that it's that's listening and that would be listening to this recorded live? And what is Tantra and how can you incorporate Tantra in your life? I know you talk about celebrating, but you know, how can we physically like incorporate, like what kind of exercises, what are you going to be doing in the class? So just a little bit over that.
Beautiful. Yeah. So what tantra comes in a moment in India where the teachers were explaining, you know, how to leave the body and connect to the higher realms from that space, and all that it meant, all the sins that were related to be in the body and connect to that space. So when tantra comes, it was extremely revolutionary, and of course it was that comes from the devil and kind of thing, because tantra really tells you that you can tap into your godlyhood, into your goddesshood, through your body and through your senses, in the understanding that you are a spiritual being. You are this amazing spiritual being that is connected already with everything through your body. So practices that can be done is really tapping into the space of enjoying life through the senses in a meditative state, in a space of honor, in a space of sacredness, in a space of really taking the time to enjoy through your senses. And from that, and of course always connected to the breath, even eating can be such a sacred tantric experience, like by yourself, like something that you can do literally now when you have, or you're gonna go and have lunch, is taking the moment, you know, pray for your food, be thankful, be mindful of where that food is coming, and from that space really, you know, taste it in gentleness, in love, in sacredness. Drink your water, understanding where is it coming from, and like in a space of bringing ceremony to every aspect of life. Beautiful. I believe is the most tantrical thing that can be done.
It's true. It's true. You're so right. When we're born, we're all born from two people making love. So
Yes.
we're born from this beautiful act of making love, you know.
Yes.
I think I don't want to put like a big topic out there, but I do, in a sense, I would love to hear you talk about this is something that we all do. We all make sex.
Yes, we come
make
from
love.
there. We come, literally every human in this plane comes from a sexual intercourse. Like that's just the way it is.
Okay.
I will gladly disagree. There's some people that were born in vitro, but not with the sexual act, but with the act of love, of receiving that soul into the world.
Yes, but comes from that act of creation. It's an act of creation. It's an act of love. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, and that's just, it is an act of love. It is. Okay. It is. That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay, so as human beings, that we practice making love, that we make love. I love the what you're bringing to here, to this talk, about that you can have that act of love with your food, and that act of love with talking, and the conversation with yourself, you know,
even with your thoughts.
Yeah, of course, it's what you were saying. So basically, what are you going to be teaching on the class of Tantra, of this ceremony? How can we, this act of so beautiful of making love, of making love with ourselves, making love with people, how can we put that more sacredness? How can we enlighten this?
Is it going to be like an experiential type of class where people are
Yes.
going to do some kind of work?
Yes. Okay. So I wanna go back to the in vitro because it's very important. Something, it comes from Osho. It was something that before I was a mother, he would talk about in vitro, and he speaks that yeah, tantric way, that the way he would see the future was to bring in vitro, bring children in vitro way, picking the best parents, and doing it in a sacred way. And before I was a mother, I was like, oh my god, that's so crazy. And now I'm like, oh my god, he's so freaking intelligent. And imagine that we would do anything, even in like even in a lab, even in a scientific space, you know, even in a place that you feel, for example, now the clinics and the hospitals. Imagine that we would bring this sacredness even to these spaces. And I
Yes.
believe that's where the world is going, and it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to watch because it's the integration of it all. So yeah, I wanted to share that and to talk about what am I gonna do on Sunday. Yeah, as I was saying, Tantra is this celebration and this acknowledge of things. Sometimes in life, which I love, and I feel is part of what is happening now in the world. We are being put, in front of each other to really acknowledge life, acknowledge that you have a human being in front of you, for example, and the miracle that is so powerful and it's so big and it melts my heart. Like it makes me want to cry because having a human in front of you, it's really that miraculous. It like the story that for someone to be in front of you now that we are here having this conversation, all the things that had happened for us to be here in this moment is such a miracle and is so precious. And Tantra brings this acknowledgement of the little things in life. So what we're gonna do in the class in Sunday, raise the frequencies and raise the vibes of ourselves, and to do it in tribe and to do it not online is so, so, so powerful. So first of all, we're going to acknowledge the fact that we are opening the space, and I'm going to do a beautiful shamanic prayer that I always use, the 7 Mayan direction prayer that I use for everything that I feel is important in my heart, and it's something that people and that brothers and sisters can do before making love, before a project, before creating something that they feel, called to create. You call these beautiful frequencies, and every time you call these frequencies, everything just flows in the best way, in the most beautiful way. So I always like to call the 7 Mayan directions, and also acknowledge our natives that have gave us this intelligence, this technology to create, and to creating beauty, and to creating abundance. So we're going to start opening the space, and all of the things that I always share is for our brothers and sisters that are tuning in and that will be part of the movement and that are part of the movement, is to really practice it in our daily life. This acknowledgement of things and ways of praying, we can use them every day for anything that we feel in our heart called to do so. So that's the part of the experience. Like we are gonna be praying together, and then after opening the space with the drum, which I also encourage everybody to bring their drums, to bring their voices, to bring whatever instrument they have in their houses, to really vibrating our bodies, opening the space inside of us, and open our lungs to communicate, to vibrate, to be in health. And that is going to be heard in our apartments, through our neighbors. And that frequency of the drum and being there praying together is very, 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 very healing. It's
Yes.
the connection of life, the connection of the heart, the beat of the heart. So we're going to start with that, and then we're just going to do a beautiful offering that I will invite everybody to give it in a place on nature after we were done with flowers. So just to be thankful and acknowledge that we were creating something beautiful that day. So and this practice with the flowers and the honey and the milk can be something that we do for ourselves, a self-love practice, a day that we want to give us beautiful coats of love, and we just shower ourselves in flowers. And we can do it with our partners, we can do it to nature, and yeah, we're gonna be doing that day.
Beautiful. My God, I'm so excited
No,
to.
wait, this is going to be on Sunday, the 26th. Nia is opening our festival that we are taking online for the first time, and at
Yes.
8 in the morning. Tantra.
And
Tantra class.
Nia, I've seen you so much grow since these past last years. I am so honored to walk this path with you. I know that you're carrying so much wisdom in you and so much medicine to share with everyone that comes across your path. It's so beautiful to see how much love can come through you, you know, and how much you honor. So thank you for believing in the movement, and thank you for sharing your medicine and your wisdom with everyone that's going to join the movement.
Thank you guys so much for always loving me, for always celebrating me, for always celebrating with me. Thank you so much for opening the space for all of us to be here. It's such an honor always to be in your presence.
Another question I want to ask you, your class is going to be in Spanish, in English. Are you going to give the instruction? How is it going to go? Can kids come? Can families? Can, you know?
Yes. So for sure, yes. It's a beautiful practice that children can come. I always do my Spanglish when I'm praying,
Okay.
so more than welcome. Yeah, I could totally do it. It's so simple. I can totally. It always comes up for me to do it in Spanish and English. So están bienvenidos todos los que quieran hablar en español y también para estar en familias, families and Spanglish. Yes,
Okay.
welcome.
Beautiful, beautiful. So yes, when we were looking, because as the people that have come to the movement, they know it's a really big day with many things happening. We call it the spiritual Disneyland. There's the movement kids in one side, for the mind, the coaching garden, the healing oasis, the heart stage, the conscious market. There's so many things happening. So when we wanted to put the movement together and we chose 12 classes, we
wanted to put the movement together for online, virtually.
So we needed to curate a journey. So we thought that Tantra was the perfect way to start anything, you know. And this day of the 26th, which is, if you add the 2 and 6, is the 8, you know, of giving and receiving, the energy of giving and receiving. I think that it's so important that right now, when we are in our house and we are going through this movement, in a way, of the planet, it's so important to raise the vibration, to give yourself this time, because sometimes we get caught up in the things of the house and just, you know, doing, because we are humans of patterns. We create these patterns. So it's important that, you know, with the movement, that we could and that we can, you know, create this journey during the whole day. And it's beautiful. So I was saying, you know, about the link, that when we get the link, you know, you can be in your house and then you can join a class, and then you...
Yeah, we put it together in a way, because nowadays there's so many, we're being bombarded by, do a yoga class here, do a meditation here, do breath work, do this, do that, do this, do that. And we are like overwhelmed with, okay, putting in the alarm and the link where I should go. We wanted to simplify all that for people. We basically curated a whole day on a Sunday where you're going to open your computer or open your phone, log in to the link that we're going to send once people get registered and buy the ticket. And throughout the whole day, from 8 in the morning until 8 at night, we're together, virtually, but still vibrating, resonating all over the world. People are already buying tickets from Italy, from France, from Argentina, you know, Miami. So finally, we're going to be united, you know, through technology. And there is only one price. It's $33 for the whole day. So, you know, there's no excuse now, because before people said, oh, you know, when we took the movement to Costa Rica, it was like, oh, you know, we have to get on the plane, we have to take a bus, we have to do that, and then we have to go to the hotel. Now it's so easy. It's just one click. That's it.
Yes.
We take care of the rest. And we have amazing facilitators throughout the whole day. For people that are just joining, Nia is opening our movement, our festival online at 8 in the morning on Sunday the 26th, and people can get the link and that you have on your Instagram. We have it on our Instagram. You can just buy the tickets, one link for the whole day.
And after your class, Nia, we're going to go quickly for people that are watching. We're going to go with Martin. I don't know if you know him, Martin de Bankman. He's an amazing, beautiful channeler. That
he was last year, right?
He was in one of the movements, and
I know him. He's
with the angels.
He works with angels. Amazing. He is so beautiful and so powerful, and he has a message to give to everyone who wants to hear. So he's going to be after your class. Then we're going to do family yoga with Ricky, so you can bring your kids any age, and she's going to do an amazing class. We have an Osho Kundalini, Osho all over. And then we're going to do Akashic Records meditation with Debbie Magic. She is amazing. She's going to bring everyone to the fifth dimension and go to the library of our lives, you know. It's going to be amazing. And then Tiffany manifesting. We're going to do a class with Skanda Yoga, where they're with Anand and Sadhana. They're amazing. Breath work, yoga with aromatherapy, music with my love.
And the musical experience. a journey, and it's instruments that are used in ceremony, which are the drums, the seeds, the Tibetan bowls, the quartz bowls, and at the same time combining that with electronic frequencies and sounds of nature, birds, ocean, wind. So all together we're going to go on a journey together.
Amazing. And then we're going to close with Cristina Cagliani. We wanted to close with her. She's doing a burning ceremony. She's such a goddess. She's in Costa Rica, so she's going to bring some nature, you know, from Costa Rica, and she's so beautiful and powerful. And that's how we're going to close our 8th day.
Thank you, Ladybug. Leda, gracias. So you know what? The cool thing about this is also that we wanted to make it affordable for everybody, and not even that, but okay, if you're by yourself, all right, you get the ticket, you're by yourself. But if you're with a family, there's like, you know, 2, 3, 4 people, it's only one ticket. You don't need to buy 4 tickets. You know, it's just one ticket. Yeah. So we want to, you know, share this with the world. And thank you, Nia, for